and welcome to Population Health Plug-in, a show highlighting current public health issues in our community and topics of interest to students across the university. My name is Mina Nabavi, and I'm a program manager in the Office of Public Health Practice at the University of Alabama at Birmingham School of Public Health. I am very excited to be joined today by Ms. Bambi Ingram and Dr. Julie Price. Ms. Ingram is the Sustainability Manager with UAB Sustainability. The goal of UAB Sustainability is to embed sustainability as a fundamental value at the university through the development of sustainability literacy, solutions, and leadership. Dr. Price is an assistant professor with the Department of Environmental Health Sciences in the UAB School of Public Health, where she teaches courses on the intersection of sustainability and public health and chairs the school's Sustainability Committee. With students, faculty, and staff returning to campus this summer and fall, we thought this would be a great opportunity to talk about sustainability, what it is, and what UAB and the School of Public Health are doing to help reduce waste and protect the environment. So we really appreciate both of you being here today to talk with us about these topics.
Thank you.
So first, for our listeners who may not be familiar with the term sustainability, can you explain what it is and why it's important?
Sure. This is Bambi. And the standard descriptor that we use at UAB Sustainability is meeting the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. That sometimes is a lot for people to wrap their heads around. And so to put it more simply, sustainability is about not using up resources that can't be replaced or are hard to replace, like fossil fuels or clean water, but also, people resources and economic resources.
Exactly. And this is Julie. Sometimes we break that up, particularly in the business world, or when you're trying to assess how sustainable an organization is, we break it up into what we call the triple bottom line, called like social sustainability, environmental sustainability, and economic sustainability. So we can really quantify efforts to be more sustainable.
So now that we know what sustainability is, what are some of the initiatives going on at UAB to help improve sustainability on campus?
This is Bambi. And so first, I encourage people, most of the initiatives that we're involved in are laid out in our sustainability strategic plan. And so I encourage everyone to take a look at that on our website. And that's at www.uab.edu/sustainability. And there we outline our goals for the campus through 2025. I will say beyond that, our signature programs on campus are our Green Labs program, which is one of the best in the nation, and our Solar House and Sustainability Community, where we're showcasing solar energy and microgrid technology and sustainable living practices. I'm able to share with you, actually, it is on our website. If people would like to visit the Solar House, there's a link for taking a tour.
This is Julie. I would just like to underscore all the work that Bambi is doing through the UAB Sustainability Office. They touch every part of the university, from human resources to purchasing to transportation and dining. It really is a robust and extensive program. It's very challenging, but UAB really strives to embed it in every facet of our operations.
Well, that's a great segue, Dr. Price, to my next question, which is about some of those challenges, in either implementing some of these initiatives that both of you have talked about, or kind of keeping them going, especially during a pandemic.
Many of the challenges that UAB is faced with are the same challenges that institutions across the nation are dealing with. Those center around energy, transportation, and waste. Those are always the three biggies. And we have a long way to go in terms of using more renewable energy, increasing the use of shared transportation, and decreasing the amount of stuff that we send to landfill. We are especially contending with challenges of waste right now because, everyone went to single-use packaging during COVID. And so we're going to have to step back and look at our opportunities for eliminating that habit and also improving on what we had before.
And I'll second that the challenges that we face often are things that we can't control. So the university is like its own city. For example, we don't have really extensive recycling programs offered locally, and that's a larger infrastructure issue that UAB can't control. So in order for UAB to reach some of the really aspirational, exciting sustainability goals, whole systems in our city and our state and our region and our country have to also change with us.
So UAB can't just do it alone. It's a team initiative or a system initiative.
Right.
So Dr. Price, I guess this question is for you, specifically of, what is the School of Public Health doing to become more sustainable and reduce waste in our school specifically?
Well, first, we're really fortunate that our dean, Paul Irwin, feels that sustainability is essential to everything that we do. So we have, from the highest level of leadership, an incredible push to be more sustainable. And then also from the students, like the Public Health Student Association, we're also hearing that this is important. So across the spectrum of faculty, staff, and students, it's becoming more and more a part of our culture. In this way, I think that we are one of the strongest schools on campus in terms of sustainability efforts. I'm very proud of that. We have a sustainability committee that is composed of faculty, staff, and students. We meet quarterly to come up with different things that need to be addressed or exciting new ideas and challenges, and coordinate that with the central UAB Sustainability Office and Bambi and her staff. But a few things that we do specifically, our building is actually one of the more sustainable buildings on campus in terms of energy and water use, but also the way that it hosts the occupants. So we have a locker system. We have showers so that if you wanted to take an alternative mode of transportation, like biking or walking, you have a place to keep things in the building and a way to sort of clean up before class or teaching. So that's really exciting. We are piloting with the Sustainability Office, and we're so thankful to them for choosing us, a new waste system on campus. We're the first building to host it in Riles, a 4-stream waste system. So typically, the best way to encourage recycling and thoughtful engagement with the waste that you produce is to give people the opportunity to make a choice when they throw something away. So instead of just walking up to a trash can and throwing it away, you're presented with all the different streams of waste. So aluminum, plastic, paper, landfill, potentially glass or composting, all the different things you might end up doing with something that's unwanted. And so starting in the fall term, we're going to be hosting these 4-stream waste stations on every floor of our building and sending out all kinds of engaging communications to our population to try to get people to be excited and participate in this new program. We also look at the front end of what we bring into the building. So if we're hosting a lunch and learn or a seminar, we try to engage with low waste caterers that kind of serve food in bulk. And we give away cutlery kits, reusable cutlery kits, so you don't have to use disposable. When you come to the seminar, you bring your own. Maybe you bring your own plate. Maybe you bring your own water bottle. So trying to shift our culture towards less waste all around, what can be reused. Last, I'll mention that we have a couple of clubs. In particular, we have a student club called Green Thumb, and that's directed by a faculty member in my department, Miriam Karimi. And they have a plot at the community gardens and do all kinds of awesome sustainability related outreach work and research work. And so it's a great opportunity for students to become more involved in sustainability at the School of Public Health.
Those are great initiatives, and I'm excited to see those 4-stream waste receptacles in the school in the fall. I'm looking forward to seeing that. And this is for both of you, what actions can individuals take while on campus to reduce waste? So even outside of the School of Public Health.
My first suggestion was bring your own water bottle. We cannot recycle our way out of our plastic waste problem. And so we encourage people to reuse rather than recycle. And one of the easiest ways you can do that is just to bring your own water onto campus.
Definitely. I also think if you're a staff or faculty member who hosts events, Bambi has a great green events guide on the UAB sustainability page. So you can look at not just the back end of how you get rid of things you don't want, but look at, like Bambi mentioned, encouraging attendees to an event to bring a reusable water bottle, or look at the caterer and what they're bringing in. Consider using electronic invitations. There are a variety of things you can do on the front end of an event to reduce waste. And events are a significant contributor to our waste stream on campus.
So looking beyond campus, what can individuals do at home or in their community to reduce waste and practice a more sustainable lifestyle?
I would say, once again, in terms of plastics, look at what you're throwing away. And there are so many options available out there now for reusable cleaning products, reusable, cosmetics that don't have a whole lot of packaging. So I think we really need to analyze just how much we're sending to landfill, each of us.
Definitely. Other items that I think are helpful for individuals, and this seems to already be a trend with some of our younger community members, is maybe just buy less stuff. If it's something that you don't need to use day to day, consider renting or sharing with someone, or maybe buying used. And that reduces just the generation of waste overall. As Bambi mentioned earlier, transportation is a huge contributor to emissions issues and air pollution issues locally. So whenever you can walk or bike or ride the bus or carpool, that's a great option that really truly has an impact if more individuals do it. You can also buy locally. So if you need to buy something, if you need to buy food, produce, meat, even products, look locally and support our local businesses.
Those are all wonderful suggestions. And so finally, my last question is, how can individuals get involved in making our campus and community more sustainable? I know, Dr. Price, you mentioned the Green Thumb student group, but are there other ways that even faculty and staff can get involved?
Absolutely. We have a faculty staff ambassadors program, and information about that is on our website. We also have a student ambassadors program. And then, yes, student clubs, there are a number of them that have different directions that they take to support sustainability. I also encourage, anyone who's working with a lab to investigate becoming a part of the Green Labs program. And then also to come and visit the Solar House and Sustainable Community so that they can see what we're doing on campus to demonstrate our sustainability practices.
Definitely. And I would add that looking outside the campus, if you're invested in a particular community issues, there are nonprofit organizations all over our city that are geared toward very specific issues. So if you're interested in social stability, social sustainability issues, there are organizations that look at women's and children's education and advancement. There are environmental nonprofits that look at water quality. There are nonprofits that look at air quality and waste generation and transportation issues. There's an organization for almost every interest that you might have. And one more item I would suggest is just voting. If you consider things that are important to you, really look at our local candidates and our state level candidates. I think local elections and state level elections often are very underappreciated for their ability to start the process of change. If there's something that interests you, you can consider candidate stances on those issues.
I love that. And that's a great way to wrap up this podcast. I know we're running out of time. What I do want to mention, we'll put the link to the UAB Sustainability website in the description of this podcast. So our listeners who would like to learn more about some of these initiatives can click on that link and visit your website. Thank you both for being here and providing me and our listeners with so much great information about sustainability and how we can make a difference on campus in our community. And thank you to our listeners. Please tune in next time for another episode of Population Health Plug-in.